Yeah, we've all done that stuff and we freaking hate it.
Yes.
It's a huge privacy breach and a grab. It's a data grab.
So, YouTube recently announced that starting over the coming weeks, it will, this is a quote, roll out machine learning to a small set of users in the US to estimate their age so that teens are treated as teens and adults as adults. They emphasized the system works by inferring age based on a variety of signals. Those signals can include types of videos a user is searching for, the categories of videos they have watched, or the longevity of their accounts. When a user is flagged, the following things will happen. Whether they're flagged mistakenly or whether they're actually underage kids on the platform. When an
Okay.
account gets flagged, YouTube is automatically going to apply age appropriate protections. I will tell you three of those, and I have more in depth if we want to go in more in depth of what those protections are. But it's disabling personalized advertising, which I think is actually probably a good idea. Uh, Enabling digital well-being tools, which there are a slew of them, and limiting repetitive views of certain content. Those all sound good at the surface, but we can dig in a minute of what that means. And if you are mistakenly flagged as someone that is under 18, there are three different ways that you can verify that you're actually an adult. One of those
Okay.
being by credit card, another of those being a government ID, and the third being a selfie. Take a selfie, upload it. We've all done this stuff. So now with that information, digest and react.
Yeah, we've all done that stuff and we freaking hate it.
Yes.
It's a huge privacy breach and a grab. It's a data grab.
Yeah.
So who's to say that a teen doesn't try to say they're 18 by a selfie?
Well, my thing is the selfie is going to be inconclusive. I think that's a really stupid way to verify this because
Some
there's just young
teenagers,
looking adults and there's old looking kids. So I think that's a flawed system, but
here's
they'll
the
probably
thing,
use AI.
and here's the thing, like credit cards, where is that going to be stored? How long is it going to be stored? I absolutely, and maybe this is not great for me to say, but like when I was hacked on LinkedIn multiple times, I was asked to give my driver's license for verification of who I was.
Yeah.
I did that multiple times, and none of those things recovered my account, nor did it change the fact that I lost everything. And somehow, some software has my driver's license now,
Yeah.
which
And you
is
don't know where that's
connected to a
going.
lot of things that you need in order to get to my stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, this is so dumb.
So, a little background of why this is being pushed right now, right?
Okay.
Europe, the EU, and UK have added pretty strict requirements for how social media companies, internet companies deal with underage users, how
Got it.
much protections they get, and this is nothing new. We hear the debate all the time of kids getting online, seeing things they shouldn't. Of course, the other
Yeah.
argument to that is parents be parents, but the
Right.
digital world is everywhere. You can't really escape it. It's hard to
Yeah.
actually parent that. So I see where they're trying to do. And some of the
Yes.
pros are, it does offer enhanced safety. It implements those age appropriate limits that every kid works around as it is anyway. So I think the thinking is that they're going to have a harder time fooling the AI, and then if some adults get caught up in it, then so be it. They'll be able to get out of it. Again, I'm not wild about my data, my license going to. This is why I don't verify on LinkedIn. I'm
No,
not a
I
verified
know.
user on LinkedIn. I know a
Yeah.
lot of us on the platform talk about it all the time. It's a big privacy thing, and it's just, for me, it looks like a data grab. LinkedIn does it. I feel like that's what YouTube is doing,
I
along
feel
those
like
lines.
aren't there already like things you can put in place for your child's YouTube? Like you can block certain things. Like aren't there isn't that what you can do?
Yeah, they have YouTube Kids accounts.
Yeah.
So if you are diligent in watching over what your children are doing.
Right.
Again, meh, how hard is that to get around? Anybody can make an email address and go and click when you sign up. I'm not, I'm over 18, and then they're
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Then they're on the platform.
Yeah. Like
Um,
I understand, like I do understand like the necessity to try to curate policies. I really think this is just like a defense strategy. Like they're trying to curate policies so that when another kid, is in deep trouble because of something that happened via YouTube,
mhm,
or they are unfortunately there's a lot of mental illness out there with kids who may use YouTube as a way to decide to do something that is irreversible consequences. YouTube can say, wow, we've been trying to do age verification. We're trying to, extract that. But I also don't trust these companies. And I don't think we need to. I mean, it's been shown over and over and over and over again that the data that gets collected is never used appropriately. And I understand the need for those types of policies, but like, I don't know.
it's
That's
well, and it's well. The hard part about this is if this wouldn't really be so much of a debate if it didn't involve kids, right? Because everybody wants to make sure that kids are protected online.
for
So it's
sure.
hard to argue against it. You sound like an
For
ass.
sure.
It's like, no, we don't want, I don't want to upload my ID and leave the kids off to fend for themselves. That's not what we're asking for.
Yeah.
That's not what I would want. But I just don't see how, first of all, do we really, do we trust the AI? Like, what signals are they using? Is
Well,
the
that
AI,
that was the other measure that I had. Like, there's so many people that use YouTube to watch gamers, and some of the games are mature rated.
yeah.
So, are you then going to limit the audience of these mature rated video games that people are watching? And I mean, even music videos can be considered mature rated.
Yeah. Well, on
Like
the users are supposed to declare when their content is not meant for kids. So that
right.
is one thing. But again, what if I liked Minecraft and I watched a lot of Minecraft videos? I don't play Minecraft, but I know a lot of adults that do. Or
Well,
Legos. Hell, Legos.
even the Lego behind you,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
watching Lego, or if you are someone who sells Lego, or I think the only thing that I can somewhat appreciate is that first factor where they're like, we're gonna look at how long you've had your YouTube account.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you've had it for like 8 years plus, like
Yeah.
usually a good indicator that you haven't had it, that
Well,
you are older.
our business YouTube account might get flagged because it's not that old.
This is true. Yeah, no, that's really interesting. I mean, I think it's really I I I think like many things, it starts out as a good idea, but the implementation of that idea does run a huge risk.
Let me.
And at this point, it's like if you're wanting to age verify, then why not ask users at the get to upload some type of government ID that states that they're of a certain age? And well, you can't do that because not everyone has a current government ID or
Well,
any or
that's one of the cons, barrier to content access, because verification steps like a credit card or an ID made people all don't have the same. I know it sounds so crazy when we're talking about voting rights or things like this.
yeah,
It's not conceivable in a lot of people's heads that people don't have an ID or can't just go get an ID.
yeah,
That tells me that people don't quite understand what real poverty looks like in this country, because there are so many barriers to these kinds of things. Now, we're not going to talk about
yeah.
politics, but this is
No,
the same thing. You will
yeah,
now block inadvertently, surely, some people's access to this content that otherwise should have access to it or wouldn't be barred from accessing it otherwise. And misclassification is one of the cons. Privacy and
mhm.
transparency concerns, obviously, because when has an online platform ever properly guarded our content? And it's not Google, it's a third party platform. It always is.
That's the other thing. It's always a third party platform. And then you wonder where your stuff goes. And then all of a sudden, a year or two later, I mean, I remember South Carolina had that huge tax breach.
Yeah.
So big so that the state of South Carolina, if you called, paid
Hmm.
for a security software for your taxes. Like that's how bad it was.
Yep.
And I know for a fact that the state of South Carolina, just like many other businesses, are not gathering that data on their own. They hire a third party to do it. And that's where it just becomes an issue. And I don't know. It's an interesting I knew that they were flagging. I thought you were going to talk about how YouTube is flagging AI generated content
Oh,
and AI generated videos. And I know that they're trying to kind of keep trying to stay abreast of the deep fakes that keep coming
yeah.
out. And so um
Well, not only deepfakes, but how else? The big thing they're putting their foot down on, and this is, we can talk about this in another video, is a lot of, you get on YouTube, you'll find it now. You click on a video and someone has taken someone else's content and dubbed over it with an AI voice. Same exact video, same content, and it's just an AI voice going, well, this person, and you can tell because there's always little inaccuracies that just sound ridiculous because we'd never say these things in English. So
yeah.
YouTube is trying, well, they say they're going to demonetize those to discourage it, but that's for another video. I
No, I know,
actually,
but that's where I thought you were going.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know that when you say YouTube and AI, I'm like, oh, okay, this is about the monetization, like or demonetizing these videos that are going. But it's the age verification process. I think it's almost like too little, too late. Like I think it's such a big beast. Like why not further educate people with the ability to like put parental blocks on content? Like, why not further push and strengthen those types of policies instead of trying to attack the individual and be like, we need your verification, we need your verification, we need your verification. You know, I do honestly feel suspicious when platforms like this require you to upload any type of document verification. If you are not a passport or a government agency, I don't owe you anything.
yeah. I feel the same way. And yes, it might be a non-governmental company that has a great reputation, but they they've all had data breaches. They've all had data breaches. So this is
Yeah.
just one more thing to give my data to if I get flagged. And now chances of that happening are slim to none, but it's going to happen. Like someone's going to get
Yep.
falsely flagged. They'll have to
Yeah.
upload their data. That some people might think nothing of it. You know, a lot of people don't care, and that's
And
fair.
honestly, who's to say when they say, oh, your site is going down, just do another email and just do it again. Just continuously replicate,
Now,
until you get flagged.
as us being marketers, we don't do a ton of YouTube in our particular industry. When we do it, we do have our own channel. We help some of
Yeah.
our clients with YouTube. We probably won't be impacted by this all that much. Our audience is not younger, targeted in general. This shouldn't affect any legal marketing industry as it is. It shouldn't make any changes to the way that law firms or legal marketing
Mm-mm.
agencies develop their content. When they upload videos, they click whether their video is, you know, for children or not for children. Still do that, obviously. If you have something graphic on there that you need a content warning, you might want to think about if that needs to be on your YouTube channel in the first place as a law
Yep.
firm or a legal marketer. Um,
Yep.
so I don't think it's going to affect us. I just thought it would be interesting to talk to you and see. And I think we both feel the same way about the privacy. I think I'm curious to see how this plays out over the next few months because right now
Yeah.
this is new. It's just rolling out. We haven't seen any casualties thus far. I can say one thing: the Reddit YouTube community is up in arms over this. Like they are, yeah.
Really?
There's supposed to be a boycott of YouTube on the 12th or 13th of this month that they want
Oh,
all the creators to participate in, just to not. I don't think it'll be that effective because again, this is unless you're really plugged in, you have no clue this is going on.
true.
So I don't know. We might start hearing more about it. I'm gonna keep my eyes and ears open, and if there's any major changes, I think we'll probably come back and do another video and say, hey, what we talked about last month or two
Yeah.
months ago,
Yeah.
here's the privacy concern. Here's how it is laid out. So
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah,
I'm
yeah.
curious as to why they are trying to start it now. YouTube's been
Well,
around.
another one I forgot. Well, the UK did pass some fairly strict social media laws, and Australia passed a law that bans people from 16 and under from having social media at all. So
Ooh.
this is our, these are global companies, so they, our laws are pretty lax in the U.S. when compared to other
Yeah, yeah.
companies when it comes to age uh, gated material. But in Europe, we know that their laws are more strict. In Australia, I was kind of surprised. So these companies have to try to find a way to adapt to the whole system. I see, and they're applying blanket restrictions. And I do want to, if anybody is wondering, when we say AI is doing the age verification, it's not the LLMs it's not the Chat GPT doing that. This is a classification AI. It's an AI that takes signals and then does a classification, a yes or a no. It's not LLMs putting together the next best word because we know they're flawed, So it's not going
Yeah.
to hallucinate your age, but it could misclassify you. So it's not the same AI that you may be thinking.
Mm. I mean, it's good to know too. I mean, AI is just turning into such a blanket term anyway
Well,
that
yeah.
it's getting harder and harder to define
Well, when everything
what it
becomes
is.
AI, I mean, my I was vacuum shopping, and one of
Yeah.
the vacuums on the thing had AI powered, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding. What alternate reality are we living in right now? Like this is
What does it need to sense what a dust bunny is in
I
order to vacuum
think
it?
the whole thing
What
it
does that
connects
mean?
to tell you if you need a filter. I don't know. Does it give you suggestions of your vacuuming patterns? Maybe we vacuum a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know. Everything is becoming AI. It's built into all the stuff. But the thing is, no, you know what? That's for another video too. We're not even
Here's
gonna.
the thing
We
though, AI is becoming like the word organic. You can slap it on whatever you want and people just believe that it's better because it says organic, even though
or
there's
protein. Yeah, everything
absolutely
has protein,
everything
even
has
though
protein in it. Yeah.
we can't absorb the amount of protein that we already have during the day. But that's besides the point. Y'all, the internet is when we remember the term Victoria a few weeks ago that I used, it's from Cory Doctorow, and he dubbed it enshittification. And now
Yes.
that has a lot to do with algorithms, but as
Yes.
AI has sped up the pace of all
Of
this, it's further
enshittification.
enshittification. When you go to a
Yeah.
platform and you start scrolling, and it's hey, are we gonna have to add an adult tag for cursing? We might have to. We're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get AI flagged for kids can't watch our content anymore. But yeah, anyway, folks, that's our initial quick react video to what's going on. Honestly, we don't know any more than what we just said. Nobody does. We'll see how it plays
Yeah.
out over the next few weeks, few months, and we'll come back and do a video because this isn't necessarily all legal marketing, but it is an important part of the internet, and YouTube
Yeah.
is everywhere. It's Google. So, yeah, we want to stay on top of it, and we appreciate if you can just click right down there, the like and subscribe button. We have like 13 subscribers, and I love every single one of you. I really want to get to 15.
We're we're aiming. I was aiming for 20. You're aiming for 15.
The
Got
little
it.
chunks, because then the next person could be the one. I want to encourage them to click that button so they could
Ooh.
be the one.
Yeah.
You could be our 15th. All right, folks, everybody have a good afternoon.
Bye.